I'm about to fuck it up.
It's a YouTube sensation! Let's go! What's going on, everybody? It's 7 o'clock on a Friday. Night. Gentleman's Friday. We're your host. This is the Functional Gentleman. We're your host, Roy Gravis, Bucky Pender, over at Producer's Corner, not to be confused with Toomer's Corner.
What?
Made an SEC reference. You like it?
We don't talk about Toomer's Corner.
The good brother himself, John Marvel, is in the house, back from his unfortunate
bout with
mishap
COVID.
with the COVID.
Yeah.
We're going to call it a bout because he's a wrestling fan.
That's it.
Bout with COVID.
No, that's all right. If that's the
Absolutely.
case, he's got the COVID title.
That's it.
That's right.
Interesting week.
Yeah. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
Been a long week.
Yeah. Look, the last two nights, Thursday night and Wednesday night, I did not walk in this house until 7:45 each night.
Owie.
Well, part of that was because I had city council business on Thursday night.
That's true. It's not often you don't beat me home most of the time, but yeah.
Yeah, but you learned real quick, I get up early too.
Yes, you do. And that is one thing that I will not ever fault you for again. You, sir, if you want to get home at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you are more than welcome. Because that is officially a 12-hour day for
Yes,
you.
it is. I officially put it a little over 12 on the clock today, actually. Not that I clock in and clock out.
No, well, of course we don't.
It's base plus.
We're adults.
Yeah, it's base plus. We have real jobs.
Yeah, we have real jobs.
We got real jobs.
You got good parents.
I got good parents. We got good parents.
Yeah.
Smoke of the week. I'm going to go ahead and dive right into it just because I want to see John's face when I
Can we give a quick shout out to, I'm hoping, and let's get an official yes, our first time on YouTube?
Yes, we are live. I am watching
Our
it.
YouTube viewers.
I am watching it right now.
They're on YouTube.
Welcome to the Functional Gentleman.
Fantastic.
This is Gentleman's Friday.
Yay!
And we are excited to have the YouTube family on here.
Oh my God, I can't believe we're on YouTube.
Finally.
After all this
And of course, shout out to our Facebook friends and family because they're the OGs.
They are the
So,
OGs.
shout out to y'all, of course, as always.
Eventually, at some point, we're going to get them TikTok people in.
Ticker talkers.
Ticker talkers.
TikTokers.
TikTokers. Yee-yee.
We sound like either really old or really trailer park there.
Well, I mean, kind of goes along with the topic, but we'll get to that in a minute. It kind of goes along with the
Don't
topic.
get ahead of yourself.
I want to see John's face when I say this. The smoke of the week: asylums, nyctophilia.
Yeah.
Nyctophilia.
Nyctophilia. It's spelled Nyctophilia. Nyctophilia.
I love it.
I could be on the spelling bee.
Can you use it in a sentence?
No, not at the moment. I'm pretty sure if I took. I'm pretty sure I took.
We gotta hang on.
Well, it's.
Are we okay?
Yeah, we're okay. I'm looking at something.
Okay.
Gotta hang on.
You're fine.
So nyctophilia.
Yep.
Why?
Well, first of all, it's asylum.
Yeah,
They always
okay.
come up with some cryptic shit.
Yeah.
Nyctophilia literally means to have a preference for the darkness.
Did that fix it, Ryan? He said you had a bad echo and there was a lot of reverb.
A bad echo and reverb.
I think it's because I had the mic on.
You might want to change the setting on the Rodecaster too to do the mute while silent or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Because it's probably catching a little bit of that AC unit. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it now. Shout out to Ryan by the
Okay, yeah.
way.
Thanks, Ryan.
Ryan's
Thank you, Ryan. I
Ryan's
appreciate that.
at home, chilling.
Yeah. In our thoughts.
In our thoughts, yes, he is in our thoughts. So,
gonna
like I
light this
said,
bad boy
I
up?
am fixing to lie just as soon as I go over the stats real quick. It's a 4 on the Cigar National Roy Gravis scale, which is a medium full. It is a San Andrean Maduro wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler. Well, I'm getting tongue-tied here. The Nicaraguan handmade blend from Tommy Lazuka and Christian Iroya.
Those are fun names.
They're actually two really good. That's kind of like those two guys are the equivalent to the Bill Russell and Julius Erving of the cigar world. Just to give you a little sports reference that they're kind of compared to. Like I said, it literally says on here, a delicious dose of darkness. So we're going to find out. It is like I said, it is a San Andrean Maduro. So we all know how I feel about the Maduros. I'm going to try not to burn the piss out of my hand.
Please don't burn it down.
John, it's on fire.
It's on fire, John.
It's on fire.
I'm on fire.
Mama,
Tom Cruise.
Mama, I want to go fast.
Y'all are terrible.
It's terrible.
That's just
Ooh.
terrible.
It's terrible.
That does smell dark.
It is dark.
How do you know what dark smells like?
Like bitter, dark chocolate.
The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice,
What is that?
man.
Cacao? Cacao!
Yeah.
Cacao! That's just fun to say. You should say it.
Cacao.
No! Cacao!
Oh, like that. Oh, okay.
Cacao! There we go. Ay, what are we doing?
It's so
Does anybody know?
good.
It's a gentleman's Friday.
It
It's
is.
so good.
Well, what you think? What
I
you get?
like
What you
it.
got?
I like it.
Yeah?
It's very dark.
Very
It's,
dark.
it's very earthy.
Very earthy.
It says I'm supposed to be getting. Oh, that's hot. Some bitch. Ah, I was right. It says touch. This is the first time I've ever read one that says touch of earth on it.
Touch of earth.
Touch of earth.
That's interesting.
Welcome to the dark side. We have cookies and shit.
What?
So it's got a little pepper on it.
Little pepper?
Not too bad. Little earth, as we've already talked about. A very, very small hint of coca, not to be confused with cocoa. What the fuck is he doing?
I don't know. He's
What
lost
the,
it.
What the hell?
You said
It's
so.
the vid.
The name of the cigar is Nyctophilia, right?
Yeah,
And you said it had a little earth to it.
yeah,
You know, necrophilia.
yeah.
Oh,
necro.
They're dead.
Yes, necro,
That's messed up.
not nicto.
Why do you
Get your
taste
mind
like
out.
dirt?
Get your mind out of the gutter. Damn it, Bobby.
Damn
Swear.
it. Damn it, Bobby.
Hi. Welcome to the Functional Gentleman, where
Yeah,
nothing is off limits.
absolutely. And apparently including necrophilia.
Necrophilia. Next will be bestiality. Apparently, furries are making a comeback.
Furries.
I saw a twatopotamus in the woods the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
God.
Man, that was the first.
I don't even know.
That's the first time I cracked my neck in like 2 weeks.
Sometimes I wonder what we're doing.
Oh.
So,
So,
yeah. So,
how's life?
anything else about that?
Yeah.
You said it has earthy, peppery.
Yeah, a little bit of coca. Not to be confused with cocoa.
Go.
Yeah, however y'all pronounce it. Whatever you guys are getting into.
So I'm curious. How much is that one a stick? Did I not?
This
Did I
was-
just not hear you?
I hadn't said it yet. This was $9.99 from the Cigar Club of Southwest Louisiana.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That's not bad.
shout out to which they're the same guys that also own the God, I went blank. The Cigar Club of Southeast Texas.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the
yeah.
same bunch of people. They just
Yeah.
have 2 locations.
Okay.
But it's really good. I kind of hair lifted a little bit on the burn, I can tell, because it's
Yeah,
not
you
burning
did.
very evenly. But it's still good white ash, good
Yeah.
tight white ash.
Yeah.
One of these days, I must say good tight ass. I know it.
It's just gonna come out.
It's just
and-
a matter of it's going to slip at some point. I don't
Oh,
care.
goodness, it's fine.
But we got some cool shit to play with. We got coasters now.
We do.
We're all
Hey.
big fancy. We got
We're
a
trying to get fancy.
Got
kind of
the-
leather caddy looking thing here.
Got the neon behind you.
Got the neon behind me. You just knocked over one of my lighters. It's
It's
fine.
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
fine. Everything's fine.
It's
Mm-hmm.
fine.
I was showing off your cool little caddy
I
with
like-
a beer bottle
I
opener.
like my caddy. Yes, that's a beer bottle opener. So,
I'm gonna need us to put a TV up
Yeah,
here.
I know.
Because this thing looks like some kind of thing we worship behind us. It's like one of those deer head things. And you can see it in the screen. So
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, what are they doing over there at
Oh, don't worry about that.
Speakeasy Studios?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So while you're puffing on that, we are gonna dive into our infinity bottle just a little bit tonight
yay!
because it is, as you can see, getting a little full.
It is.
So I'm pretty
Yay!
excited. This contains everything except for Ardbeg.
Flavored.
We haven't have we done a flavored?
You didn't put Ardbeg in
I
there?
did not
No,
put Ardbeg
you
in
didn't
it.
put the Ardbeg.
Which I kind of regret a little bit, just because I am kind of curious of what it would do to it. But we did keep it, more on the normal
Right.
stuff because I'm not a Scotch fan.
Yeah.
But now I kind of regret it. So if you ever buy a bottle,
I like Scotch.
Scotch.
are you excited?
I am. I'm so excited.
Does it smell good?
What's that song from the 80s? I'm so excited. And
I'm so
Yeah, that
excited.
one. I'm so excited.
just- do a little- little touchy touch.
I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. Ooh wee.
All right.
Well, it's got a whiskey color.
Nuh-uh.
No, I'm shocked.
Shocked face.
Shocked face.
All right, let's see.
It's very blendy.
Blend.
It's very blendy on the nose.
I would have never
get a lot
guessed, but that's also not something I would have said.
Like I get a lot of different. Like it's hard to pinpoint.
Oh, you're right.
You see what I'm getting at?
Like there's a complexity to it.
There's a glass up there if you'd
if
like
you'd
to
like
partake.
to try some.
You've been on most of these. You might as well. Screw your COVID. It's fine. It's no
What
big
is
deal.
it? What is that?
I don't know, dude, and it troubles me so.
What in the world?
Just the tip.
It's
Just the tip.
That's what
Just
she
for a
said.
second.
Just the tip.
Just to see how.
Are you in the shot?
I don't know.
Probably.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. Everybody look at John's butt.
I like scotch.
What is that? Any ideas?
It's
Can
very,
somebody give me a descriptive word?
It's very caramel.
Yeah.
It's got a. You can always put that over ice cream.
I'm not gonna lie. You want me to tell you what I really kind of get right now? And I know this is gonna be me sounding like a homer. I actually get the sherry coming through the more you swish
Really?
from the Angel's Envy.
It does have almost a. It's got it's hot. It's got a little heat to it.
Yeah. I do detect, and it's kind of bad, but I do detect a very, it's almost like a watery taste.
Like it's like it's too smooth.
Yeah,
We may be on to something here,
I think
gents.
so.
but it's,
This is delicious.
yeah.
You're gonna
And
fuck
we-
around and find out tonight.
And we put so much stuff in this over the last year and
So, I like what you said about Angel's Envy because not only does it have Angel's Envy in it, but it has the, what do we do? Pike Creek.
Pike Creek.
Yeah.
Pike
Okay,
Creek,
yeah.
which
That's
is
got
also finished
rum.
in rum barrels.
Yeah.
So it's got a sugary. Maybe that's what it is. Just
That's
like
why I get the blendiness
sugar-
then, because it's
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that kind of more liquidy substance, like the watery taste I get, is actually better because to me, when I taste whiskeys, there's always some kind of descriptive word about whether it's like it's supposed to taste like this type of food. I don't want to eat my whiskey. I want to be able to,
Who the hell wants to eat whiskey?
you know, like, oh, it tastes like apple pie, or it tastes like brisket or something like that. I've heard people say
Yeah.
that, and I'm like, I don't want that.
There's definitely, but there's
I don't
definitely a
wanna
sugar. Yeah, but it's still got a good mouthfeel.
Yes.
You say watery,
Yes, it's got
but
an
it's got a
exquisite
good
mouthfeel.
It's got a really good mouthfeel.
It's mouthgasmic.
There you
It's
go.
mouthgasmic.
There
I
you
think
go.
we've created mouthgasm.
Yeah, I think we have.
Ooh, that's what we should
it needs
call
to be
it.
called.
Eureka.
Yes,
We
we
did
finally
it.
found a use for the word.
But it's got a good burn, but it's not
Yeah,
overbearing.
it's not like killing me.
Yeah. Like
But you can still feel it, and you can still.
yeah.
It's not a
It's got
harsh
a good
burn at all.
No, and
No.
it's got a good finish. It sits
It goes
with you.
down and
I
it
can't
sits
see
there,
anything.
and then it's gone, and it's just nice. It warms you up.
I'm
Yeah.
curious though. Here's my
It's the
curiosity.
Kentucky hug, is what they call it.
My curiosity is gonna get the better of me. I wonder what this thing proofs at.
I don't know.
I'd be curious. We'd have to get it like a hydrometer.
Yeah.
No, not really.
You can't do that.
I'm gonna learn you something.
You can't do that. You are not that good.
Ooh, I am that good because the bubbles didn't last that long.
You're not that good.
So
Okay, I
explain
can't wear
that to
those,
me.
Apparently.
So supposedly it's
Yeah.
a moonshiner's trick that if you shake it like that, give it one
I'm curious.
like vigorous shake, and count
size
how
of the
long it takes the
bubbles.
bubbles to dissipate, the higher the proof it is.
Oh, okay.
So that's.
And they have.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is probably. I'm gonna say 115.
You think it's that high? I don't
I
think
really
it's
do.
that high.
I really think it's that high. Because I mean, think about it. Think of all the stuff that we've put into it. Okay. It's mostly been between 90 and probably 105. Most of the stuff that's in that bottle,
Yeah.
and it's set.
Maybe.
Because I mean,
don't know if it's that high,
the
but
last time we drank out of this was over a year ago.
I'm gonna give it 90.
No, I think it's higher than that. I think you're wrong.
I'd be curious though.
Like I said,
Is there a way to test it?
A hydrometer.
a hydrometer.
All right, let me get on Amazon.
We gonna figure this
We'll
out.
figure it out. We'll fuck around and find out today.
My wife's gonna ask me, "Why'd you buy a hydrometer?"
Yeah, we had to know.
We gotta know something.
It's
We
for
gotta
research
know.
purposes, honey.
Research purposes. Fantastic. That's
I'm
really
excited
good.
about that.
I'm almost now scared to actually go into the Jim Beam Double Oak that I see on the table.
So the reason I chose Jim Beam Double Oak, I was in and out pretty quick,
I
but
was in and out.
and I know we've done.
That's what she said.
Yeah, right. I got in, I got out. And that was the end of it.
Just
but
tip.
so I know we've done a Beam Suntory whiskey, or I'm sorry, that's like the parent brand Beam Suntory. I know we've done some of their stuff.
Yeah.
We've done Jack Daniels, but we've never done anything Jim Beam.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So obviously Jack Daniels
Check
and Jim
the
Beam.
purifier, see if it's on. I forgot to turn it on earlier.
And I
Sorry.
figured with it being a Gentleman's Friday, Jim Beam and Jack Daniels are kind of the whole. They're almost synonymous with bourbon and whiskey, in the sense that they've just been around forever. So I thought Jim Beam was a good choice, and I'm excited about this one.
I've never had this one. I've
Me neither.
looked at it on the shelf several times. Never
So-
tried it.
What excited about me about this one is we've had Texas Tales Coastline whiskey double barrel,
Yes.
and that's awesome.
Yes.
So Jim Beam Double Oaked, they age it in a new charred white oak barrel, like always, and then they turn around and dump it into a second set of new charred white oak barrel. So in a sense, it's a double barrel.
Okay.
So I was kind of excited about it because I like the double barrel.
I am too, but I also now my curiosity is piqued.
Well,
I would like to do, if we can pull this off, next week a Woodford
double oak.
double oaked.
Okay.
So
I've heard really good things.
I
about
have
the Woodford
too.
double
That's
I've actually had this one.
oak. Yeah.
okay.
So preliminary. Don't try to hype it up or kill it or anything like that. Just give us
You're gonna be surprised.
some general thoughts.
That's
Surprise?
what yes.
Okay.
You're gonna be
You're
surprised.
gonna be surprised.
That's a good one.
This is so I am a big.
I'm gonna finish this mouthgasmic
Other
son of a
than-
bitch first.
Other than like obviously my go-to is Irish whiskeys and scotches. If I'm wanting something Americanized, this Jim Beam is who I go to.
Okay.
That is, I call that my chess match liquor, because normally I'm wanting to like just chill out. I don't want anything rather, I guess I want something authentic, and so I usually do that when I'm either playing chess or reading a book or something like that.
That makes sense.
Jameson is for starting fires in the backyard.
Playing with her chess.
Tuh.
There you go.
Nice.
Chess tuh. He was playing chess.
Ryan says Woodford Double is awesome. Lots of caramel and apple pie flavors.
I hear that
Yeah.
all the time. All right. So as I said, Jim Beam Double Oak Twice Barrel, expertly aged and then matured in a second oak barrel. Let's see, 43% alcohol. So for those math majors out there,
86
proof. Good job. Legacy. Jim Beam Double Oak is a whiskey to rival any other. It is first aged in charred American white oak barrels. Then we pour it into another freshly charred barrel to mature a second time. The added interaction with the oak wood results in a liquid intense and flavor, smooth in taste. That they need different punctuation there. That was super confusing.
Yeah.
And this one's a boring, twisty top.
I should have brought a cigar.
Yeah. Oh, I think I have one if you want one.
It's got a just.
You like a pour?
Hang on a second.
Oh,
It's
okay.
got a beautiful color. That's.
Yeah.
I mean
It's
that's my
very
first thing. Watching you pour it.
Amber gold.
Yes.
How old is it?
Like to me,
I
when
had to
you
pull
see
up a
those
little bit of
commercials
research.
about liquor,
Yeah.
and you see the pour, and you see how pretty it is because they have the lights just right on it. That's what that looks like in that glass. Like it's just pretty.
Okay.
I was trying to find same. Okay, so 4-ish years. Ooh, I don't
Four-ish.
You're like,
4-ish.
That's good.
Okay, sir.
Otay.
I'll take that.
Buckwheat.
For that,
Otay. We're all set.
I don't know why, but I'm always so disappointed when they're twisty tops. And don't get me wrong, there's some really good bourbon and whiskeys that come with twisty tops.
Yeah.
But it's just so disappointing. Like it's almost a letdown. Like you're wanting the.
Yeah.
All right, we ready for this?
Huh.
What was that?
So if you notice, the first thing I notice is
Cinnamon.
that yes,
Cinnamon.
it doesn't have, like, actually our bottle has more sweetness to it, the flavor, than this does.
Well, I'm sure.
Really?
Like, yeah. Like, you don't get a lot of sweetness off the top.
Sweetness. No. Cinnamon. I'm just getting all cinnamon now. Maybe some. I don't know. There's something else there.
You want to know what I get? Pecans. Harvested pecans, not sweet pecans.
You know what I get?
Oh.
Disappointment.
Oh.
You don't like it?
Oh, God, no.
Black licorice.
Disappointment.
Black licorice is all I get. That's all I can taste now.
To me, that's, yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. We tried. We came. We saw.
Sorry, Jim Beam.
We didn't buy the T-shirt.
So this is why I said it was going to be a surprise.
That is black licorice.
Because I
It's
don't-
dry.
This is a mixed to me. I put this with Coke. And that's why it's so good to me. But I will not drink straight. I've never drank it straight.
So it's for me. It's heavy cinnamon on the nose, straight black licorice
Yes.
on the palate. Like there is nothing else I get out of it.
Yeah.
Almost. So I'm not gonna call it like a peated Scotch, but there's almost like too much firewood or something.
What
That's
proof
probably
is this?
Huh?
What proof is this? 86?
86.
that's probably why I like it so much.
That's
because it does
terrible.
taste like to me it tastes like a Scotch.
Almost.
That's terrible.
But I do get a lot of black. Yeah, like it's almost like eating a Twizzler.
Yeah, but not a good one.
But not a good one.
Okay, Jim Beam, you tried. Come again. Coastline's double barrel,
Way better than this.
100 times better than this one.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna have to try a Woodford Reserve Double Oak.
I'm telling you. Because that's if there was ever a description for disappointment in a glass, that's it.
And
I know you're a Jim Beam guy.
no,
at heart.
I'm a Jack Daniels guy at
Oh,
heart.
I'm sorry. Wrong.
So it doesn't
I'm a
hurt me
Jim guy.
Yeah, you're the.
to say this, but so the regular Maker's Mark, and I said it whenever we did our bracket,
Yeah.
is just so disappointing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Maker's Mark's other iterations.
You
They
can
do
tell,
some
you
awesome
can tell
stuff.
this is a mass-produced.
This is
whiskey.
below original Maker's Mark for me.
So I'm going to tell you what I think, because and Maker's Mark did the same thing. Okay, so they were really good at one time about making a quality bourbon. Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
And then they got into all this new stuff.
Yeah.
and they kind of let go of their original recipe, and it affected them bad. Because now you've got Jim Beam Apple, you've got Jim
Yeah.
Beam,
You've got so
cherry.
many.
There's so much stuff that they're trying to pass out because of the market, because
Yeah.
of the infused market of people who say, I'm not going to drink regular whiskey. Okay, I want it to be flavored. I want something that's pleasant to the mouth.
Damn millennials.
But because of that, I feel like the original recipes have been destroyed for that, and it's kind of sad.
It really is.
But
I've never been a huge Jim Beam fan to begin with, but like I said, it was there. It's available everywhere. And it's under. I think I spent right at $30 for it. So I mean, it's under $30 after tax
Did
or
you feel
before
something
tax.
hit you in the back when you walked out? That should have been your change. You should have got money back.
I'm telling you.
yeah,
so
So
disappointing.
I'm even more disappointed in myself because I originally grabbed Still Austin, their whiskey, which is right there out of Austin,
Yeah.
and it's for musicians, by musicians,
Right.
all that stuff, and it's a Texas whiskey, and I really wish I would have grabbed it now, or I wish I would have held on to it.
I mean, there's always next week.
There's always next week.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean,
don't get me wrong.
This is good. This is good
it's
to
serviceable.
do this.
It's serviceable.
Right. This is good to do this so people can say, "Hey,
We don't
I
often
thought
talk
about
bad.
trying that.
Right.
Maybe I shouldn't now." You're doing somebody a favor.
This is the Chase Daniels of whiskey. It's
So-
serviceable.
I do have a question though for both of y'all. if you had to pick this or Maker's Mark, original,
Maker's Mark.
it's worse than.
No. Oh no, worse.
Yeah.
This is worse than Maker's Mark.
Yeah, it's okay.
Ryan says Still Austin is good.
I've heard that so many times.
Still awesome.
And I had it in my hand.
I mean,
It's fine.
that's what you're here
It's
for.
fine. I know.
You know, it's not a bad thing.
And we're not going to win every week. This is what, this
no,
is,
we're
this
not
is part
gonna,
of your journey.
Yeah.
We're not
And-
going to win every
and
week.
The other caveat to this is your palate is different than my palate.
Right.
Right.
You may find something different than black licorice. You may enjoy it because it's closer to Scotch.
I am tracking with you guys on the hint of cinnamon thing. I am
Yeah.
tracking with that, but the licorice, I hadn't gotten that yet.
For
I'm
me,
a huge,
it's 100%
like
black
literally.
licorice on the
You can
palate.
ask Brandy anytime we go to a damn Bucky's. I get the biggest bag of Australian red licorice I can find. I love that shit.
Red
Yeah,
licorice,
mate.
great.
Oh, it's
Red, great all day long.
Because let me tell you the difference between Australian licorice and regular licorice.
The dingo ate its baby.
The fact that the Australian licorice is about this big around.
Oh.
That's the difference.
Oh, okay.
It's big.
They throw it on the bobby.
They throw it on the Bobby.
The dingo ate your baby.
Gosh.
Jesus Christ. We got a topic somewhere in this?
Oh, wait, before we dive into the topic,
God.
since we're... Oh, excuse
But
me.
at least you had one good whiskey tonight.
Yes.
We did. This is awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You can't buy this in stores
No,
anymore.
You can't buy that in
Sorry.
stores. Maybe one day, though.
So speaking of whiskeys, this is... I don't call this a whiskey. I know it's in the name, but I don't call it a whiskey. So, has anybody seen Fireball whiskey in convenience stores?
You want
Yes.
me to tell you why?
When did that happen?
You want me to tell you why they're doing it? It's dulled down. It's not as strong as
Yeah.
regular Fireball.
So
Yeah.
it's like the Great Value Fireball.
No, it's still Fireball.
it's
It's,
same-
just a
yeah.
watered down Fireball.
Yeah. So you can't sell
'Cause
over a certain proof in a convenience store.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so they dumb
Because I've
this
seen
down.
those. I've seen the knockoff bottles of like Southern Comfort
Right.
and a vodka.
Put it this way:
and
the
all this.
knockoff version of Fireball is Flashpoint.
But there,
Yes.
I stopped at a convenience store this morning. It was a Shell branded convenience store.
Yeah.
And I went to check out, and I looked down, and they've got the small little shot bottles of Fireball.
They also got
like
the
it legit
small-
says Fireball whiskey.
They also got the small little shot bottles of Parrott's Bay too.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh? I didn't think that was a thing.
I used to.
Now, like in Louisiana, yes, you can buy any liquor.
You can go to HEB right now and get a bucket of Fireball.
Yeah.
Really?
I used to sell Flashpoint.
And I've heard.
Oh yeah, Flashpoint is
So there's obviously a lot of bourbon and whiskey people I follow on TikTok.
yeah.
And they talk about the fact that they buy some of their whiskey, some of the best ones they found, like hard to find ones, they found in Walmart or Publix or whatever convenience store.
I love Publix in Florida. If you
But
ever get the chance, I highly recommend.
Obviously, that's not a
shopping
thing.
at Publix.
That's not a thing we have here. But you go across the line in Louisiana, you can buy whiskey and vodka and everything else in a convenience store, which is crazy.
He's like, nope, not today, Satan.
Not today. So I just thought it was crazy that I saw one. And so for the YouTube first timers, if you're watching, we are in Texas. So for us, it's liquor store or bust if you want actual liquor.
Yeah.
And we're not state controlled. I know like Ohio and quite a few other
North
states.
Carolina, I think, state controlled.
State controlled. So we don't have like ABC liquor stores. We have
Yeah.
actual privately owned liquor stores.
Yep.
So I just that was just one of those. It caught my attention this morning, so
I like it.
I wanted to see what everybody's thoughts and stuff were on it.
I don't know, but that liquor just pissed me off. Like,
Now I'm just mad.
I'm just mad now.
Mad.
It's good in Coke, though. I can tell you that.
Is it?
Yeah.
We don't have any Coke. I've actually been thinking. I've actually looked at something that we do have in our lovely refrigerator right across from me, and I'm sitting here pondering in my mind, if I could do yerba mate blackberry tea with this, what the hell would it taste like?
Oh.
I don't know. Well, that'll have to be that might be a Facebook exclusive.
I'm
thing.
like you saying it was a good mixer, or you put it with Coke. I've been trying to rack my brain of what I would put it in, because my first initial thought is I go straight to an old fashioned. How does it taste in an old fashioned?
Right.
Oh, this
I
would
don't
taste
want.
horrible.
I don't want this in an old fashioned.
No. I want this in an old fashioned. Every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Oh, man.
Because the lemon's going to bring out the shit taste of that.
I can't think of anything. But
Like I said, it gives
okay,
it.
fine.
It gives it. It's almost like a because my go-to mixer is Di Serono. Okay,
I can see that.
I love Di Serono and Coke. It tastes just like a cherry Coke, which Di Serono by itself tastes like cherry Coke.
Yeah, true.
But
I've never been the big Di Serono and Coke guy. I've always done Di Serono and sour.
Maybe
see,
Like
that's
sour,
good
Di
too.
Serono sours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Of course, I like a good whiskey sour too.
Oh
but
yeah.
and maybe it's because there's such a you like can't taste it.
Maybe regular like sweet tea.
Yeah,
Like it, because it would almost give it a
that's
cinnamony black liquor. Like it would give it
Yeah.
something different, almost like a black currant tea, or they have these different kind of teas. But if you just did it with a regular sweet tea, maybe.
I think if you did this with McAllister's sweet tea, it would be good.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Hot tea.
Hot tea?
Hot
Yeah,
tea.
like-
Oh, you could
Like a
see,
Earl Grey.
Maybe make like some kind of
Yeah, it would make you vomit all the bad
what's
stuff
the
out.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd immediately start vomiting. You could make like a cough syrup out of it. Ugh. Like mix it with some honey and peppermint oil or something. And we're getting way off.
Yeah, that's
Where are we
something-
going?
Speaking of cough syrup and stuff, there is for me to be a producer on the show, there is something that we are never allowed to do. We are never allowed to do Jaeger bombs on this show.
Hey, Jaeger bombs next
I
gentleman's Friday.
cannot stand Jaeger.
I got something that he likes.
Like
Yeah.
it's gross.
I ain't made one, and I may have to make one just for next week. We may have to do another Friday episode just to be able to pull off what I'm thinking in my head.
Oh. Ryan said ginger beer and lime with the JB.
Okay.
Ginger beer. Yeah?
Almost like a whiskey mule
Yeah.
in a sense.
It could work.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Severed lime and a JB,
I mean, if there's
Smoking a pancake?
maybe.
flapjack and a cigarette.
I mean, if there's any authority on whiskey that I'm going to take advice from, it's probably going to be Ryan.
Yeah.
Pretty good. That's a
Yeah.
pretty safe assumption. That's a pretty safe assumption.
Oh, God dang it. I don't know. Maybe it needs to be mixed up, like orange juice or something.
Well,
Still there.
still there. He's still there.
Maybe it's the neck. You know the myth of the neck pour. So the neck pour of a whiskey, the very first pour, is supposed to be considered the worst pour.
Right.
So maybe that's what it is.
Let it breathe.
Okay, let's let it breathe a little bit. Little
Let's
bit.
let it breathe.
Okay, I'm down. Let's try it. I'm up for anything at this point. I spent $30 on it.
Guess what, folks? We're giving away.
Yeah. Guess what the giveaway is?
We'll even sign it.
Yeah, I'll
Half
sign
a bottle of Jim Beam.
We got
I'm gonna
a
let it
topic
sit.
somewhere.
We do
in all
have a
this?
topic
Yes.
somewhere.
Okay. Yes, let's get to
Yes,
that.
we do. So I had an adventure,
I know.
which was the
I'm dying to hear this.
which is the source of our topic.
Okay.
So everybody knows we're all getting a little bit older. We joke about it all the time. Roy's really older, but I'm getting up there with him. And so our source of topic was me going out one night, and we are now going to officially discuss. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. Shout out Toby Keith.
Time-
Trademark, copyright, I don't know any of that stuff, but
Time marches on.
time marches on. We're not as young as we once were.
Truth.
Speak for yourself. Just kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on. now. So let's just dive right in,
Okay.
and I'll start since
Okay.
since I was the
The guinea pig.
the guinea pig on this one. I'll just say some friends of
Okay.
mine. A friend of mine had a get together for a fantasy football draft party.
Okay.
So this started at 6:00. I got there right at 6:00. We started the draft. Everything was great. We finished probably within two to 3 hours,
Okay.
somewhere in there. Normal draft time. So come 8, 9 o'clock, everybody. Some of the people are moseying out. They've got wives and spouses with them. So a few of us stay behind that didn't. You know, Dana didn't feel well last week, so she didn't go with me.
Okay.
So I was by myself, and then we had some people that were there solo also. And we all kind of stuck around for a little while. We were playing shuffleboard. We were playing pool. And just having a good time. It was away from work. It was something different. 2:30 in the morning rolls around, which is officially, I think at that point, like 9 hours of drinking and hanging out. We were drinking Baker's 7, which we probably need to do that one on the show. That's a really good one. It's about a $60 bottle, but it's really good. And I drank Terramana, the Rocks whiskey, that night. Really good. But come 3 o'clock in the morning when you're halfway home, it's a little rough. I don't drink and drive, people.
Yeah.
But you wake up the next day and you don't feel so hot.
So was it 3:30 in the morning?
So yeah, I was about to say
3:30
you stopped at 2. You stopped at 2:30. You're about 1 hour away from being a Garth Brooks song.
Yeah.
Like,
Not
But
a,
see,
not a soul in sight,
but
neither.
the beautiful part about it is I didn't do what the song
Oh,
you're
well, of course, yeah.
referring to. I was with friends. We were having a good time. And you're good. You're great in that moment.
yeah,
In that moment, we were playing shuffleboard. We were kicking ass. We were having a great time. Everybody was having fun.
that's
It's
so,
not till the
time
next
out,
morning that you
time
wake up
out.
at 11:30.
I want you to realize that
Excuse me.
the comment you just made is we were having fun. We were playing shuffleboard.
I'm an old man.
I picture Bucky in Bermuda shorts on a pool deck,
Okay,
or like
but it was a table.
like a cruise ship.
It was a
deck,
table, not
rather.
Okay.
the actual shuffleboard. And we were playing pool.
Okay.
We were throwing around money that none of us had.
I mean, that happens.
But it was a good time.
So,
Yeah.
so you're
But you
playing.
gotta admit-
So you're playing shuffleboard.
Yeah.
Did anybody get the early bird dinner at IHOP?
We weren't waking up for that. And we had already missed the dinner.
God.
So it's in the so my point of the story is in the moment. You're badass. I'm as good once as I ever was.
Right.
I can do it all.
Yeah.
I was shit talking and trying to throw my money around and be a badass.
Yeah.
But you hurt the next day.
The reality hits you the next
because we used
the
to do
next
it.
morning.
Whenever I was 21, whenever we were drinking.
Oh God, let's not
pounding
talk
them.
about our early 20s.
But I mean, we were pounding on what was ladies' night? Shit, like Thursdays or something.
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays. Yeah.
We'd pound it, go to ladies' night at Dixie Dance Hall, and then wake up the next morning, go to work, and never miss a beat.
wake up.
Or
Yeah.
not. If
We
we
just-
went, shit.
yeah.
If we,
I was going to say,
if we
some
went
of us
to-
just stayed up.
if we went to Louisiana, yeah, you just drove into work. But, but I mean, that was the thing. You just bounce right back.
Let me tell you how I always got away with that Louisiana stuff. So when I worked, because at the time when I worked for Nestle, we covered Louisiana. Mm-hmm. I'd just catch a hotel room, tell my boss, "Hey, I'm working in Louisiana today."
Expense it.
Expense it.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's kind of my story, because I tell you, I was king of the world that night, and I'd never played shuffleboard before. Don't get me wrong.
Talk too much.
The second
I talk too much.
the second I learned how to play, that was it.
He
Yeah.
couldn't be
I was
stopped.
the best. Granted, I didn't win very many games,
I was the best in the world.
especially once I got tipsy. Mm-hmm. But I was still the most badass shuffleboard player that night.
Teen drinking is very bad.
Yes,
But he had a fake ID though.
He had a fake
but I got a
ID.
fake ID though.
I think so, and I'm with you on that. Like, when I've drank so much alcohol in my life, like, especially when I was younger, because, like I
Hi,
said
I'm
before,
Bucky and I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah, I helped with DJing and stuff. That's what I did.
Right.
I was out.
It's a good time.
4 out of the 7 nights of a week singing,
You ain't choking,
and
you ain't choking.
literally singing for my beer
That was
and
the,
whiskey.
That was the weed that hit.
Like, people would come up and be like, "Hey, man,
Illegal.
I'll buy you a beer or I'll buy you a shot if you sing this song." And be like, "All right, let's do it."
I'm in.
And sleeping on bar couches, like it's I've been there. But
Which is worse, sleeping
Bar
on
couches.
sleeping on
Yeah.
a bar couch or sleeping on a casting couch? Which one's worse?
bar couch,
Okay. You
'Cause-
think?
yeah,
I think Bucky just died a little bit inside.
and it's
I've never slept on a. I used to be a little rambunctious in my younger days, but I've never slept on a bar couch.
If I did that crap now, I would be in the hospital. Like I can't drink like I used to. It's just something that happens.
Goddamn lightweights.
I'm gonna light one up with you.
Holy shit! This never happens.
I know, right?
It's Gentleman's Friday.
It never
Yeah.
happened.
I offered it to you.
It's okay. You're fine.
Oh my god! I don't know what to say. He's finally come to the dark side.
Oh, that's not gonna fit. I need the bigger one. So, do you have a little bit of advice for those of us as you are the elder statesman, as we get a little bit older and can't
I'll tell you how
bounce
to do,
back the way we
I'll tell
used
you how
to?
to do it.
Because I know you're not terrible at it.
Painkillers, red Gatorade,
Oh, it's a little dry.
and Advil.
Plenty of water.
Oh no, water's overrated.
What?
Water's overrated.
Yeah.
No, seriously, like when I know I'm gonna tie one on, quote
Yeah.
unquote, before I start, literally 2 Advil.
I love it. Tie one on.
Sometime in the middle, I'm taking 1 painkiller of some kind.
Okay.
At the end, 2 more Advil. Wake up next morning, 32-ounce red Gatorade.
Okay.
Red Gatorade?
Yes, has to be red.
Has to be.
Okay. So do you have a moment when you realized you're not as good as you once were? And it doesn't have to be drinking.
I do actually.
My story just so happened to be
Right.
it was a drinking story.
So we're gonna do story time with Uncle Roy here for a second.
Ooh. Everybody, pull up a seat, grab a cigar.
Yep.
Pour your favorite glass. It's
Absolutely.
story time with Roy.
It is story time. So I went to a house party one time, and I was already married at the time, mind you. I think your wife was actually hanging out with my wife, and another friend of ours was hanging out.
Okay.
I called a quote unquote Omaha, and one of our dear friends that watches the show pretty religiously, Keith, will know what the Omaha is.
Omaha.
Yeah. So I literally went to a house party, beer pong, shit like that.
Right.
Keith and I are doing it. We teamed up.
Right. Because you always got to find
Won
that,
like 8-9 games straight.
that guy, right?
And all of a sudden, I hear somebody skipping down the hallway to the bathroom with it.
Skipping?
Yes, she was skipping.
Okay.
She had a Bud Light Platinum bottle in her hand. The bottle slipped out and busted a bathroom beer.
Ooh.
At this point,
I know it wasn't my wife
No, it was not
because she doesn't drink beer.
Your wife was at my house with my wife and their friend Mackenzie. They were all having a girls' night watching movies at my house.
Okay.
I had to call an Omaha to get home because I was hammered.
Yeah.
Keith was hammered.
Is it because y'all were losing so
No,
much?
it's because we were winning, but we were drinking
Right,
in
but you
between
were
winning.
continuing to
Yes,
drink,
we'd
of
never
course.
stopped. Because I had this rule at the time, if I played beer pong back in my younger days, I shot one-handed because I always had something to drink in the other hand,
Makes
which is
sense.
kind of the same way I play cornhole and washers, so I'm
Yeah.
sensing a pattern here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so we called an Omaha. I called the wife. This is like 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, I need you to come to Spurger. And she's like, you realize we
Excuse
live
me?
in Silsby, right? And I was like, yes, ma'am. I do
Yeah,
realize
yes,
we
ma'am.
live in Silsby.
I do.
I need you to come to Spurger. Keith and I need to get the hell out of here. Shit is fixing to hit the fan.
What?
Yeah, it gets better. The only problem with this is my wife hated the truck I owned at the time.
Okay.
And your wife didn't like driving the truck that I owned at the time.
Oh, gosh.
This is where Mackenzie comes in because Mackenzie can actually drive the truck I had at the time, which I had an F-150 four-wheel drive. No big surprise.
Okay.
So they show up. Mind you, it's like a 30-minute drive from here to Spurger where we
Yeah.
were at. Okay. So this is like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Small town USA.
Yeah, it's really what it is. The best part is there's 2 fights that break out while I'm waiting on the wife to show up. And somebody peed in the seat of their truck. Somebody else had to drive them home. And I don't know if you've ever tried to drive home with hovering
Pee?
above a seat that had pee in it.
No, can't
But
say that I have.
It works the quads really well. So it's kind of like that. You remember back
Well, our female viewer,
back in gym class where you
Yeah,
like had to
the wall
do the wall sits.
Yeah.
and our
Kinda
female
what it feels
viewers
like.
would understand because they hover whenever they try to pee in public places. From what I hear, you know, you got to hover and pee, so you don't sit down on the toilet.
Ryan says electrolytes before bed and electrolytes first thing in the morning.
That's a good one too. That's another good one.
But that's the thing, and I don't know what it is, but it's something about Spurger because I cannot in my life. I've been to Spurger plenty of times.
Yeah.
I cannot recall a time where I can use the word party and Spurger and it end well.
Oh, they never end well. They never end well.
I stay out of Tyler County when I have.
I stay out of Tyler County only
Period.
except to see the in-laws.
Yeah.
The
Period.
in-laws still live there. But yeah, I learned real quick that was because the next morning I crawled out of bed
Yeah.
and realized I was getting older, and that was probably 10 years ago
Yeah.
because I was like 30 at the time.
And the funny thing is, mine involves Spurger too.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So
There's a pattern here.
I'm not going to say all of it, but I'm going to say that it involves a friend of mine getting arrested because he followed a girl who got mad and upset because this girl, apparently the guy she liked was walked in with another guy or girl, and so she got upset. She starts walking down the highway.
Oh,
My buddy
God.
goes because he liked this girl, tries to go and save her because she's drunk walking down the highway. They both get picked up. I'm drunk. I have to wake up the next thing in the morning and go pick them up from Tyler County Jail. So
A lovely place.
it was fun.
A lovely place.
And at that point,
It's a
and
lovely
at
The
that
bed
point-
and breakfast.
No.
and here's why. Because at that point is when as you're driving to.
It's like bed and breakfast meets trailer park.
Because I've never been to jail. The only time I've ever been to jail is like going inside of it to get somebody else
Right.
out of jail.
Yeah.
All right.
You seem like that kind of guy.
Right. But I will tell you this. That is the time, whenever you say the words, I'm getting too old for this shit, is when you know. It's like right there, it's like, man, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Now,
But- okay,
Now,
but-
the jail in Panola County, on the other hand, that's a bed and breakfast.
Do we want to know?
I was in college. I'll just say it like that.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
we want to know, we can
So-
know. But
We've pointed out the negatives.
Yeah.
It hurt in the morning. You literally rolled and crawled out of bed.
Yeah.
You had to go pick somebody up out of jail. Da 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 da. There's a lot of negatives to it, but there's a lot of positives to it.
Yeah.
We're a little bit wiser. Mm-hmm. So
no, I feel like I'm
Part-
that same dumbass. I'm just more controlled.
So part of my evening with these friends was getting to use some of the knowledge that I've gained with the Functional Gentleman.
Right.
Like I said, we were doing Baker 7. The friend's house that we were at, he had an unopened bottle of Four Roses Small Batch Select. So we got to pop that open.
Interesting.
Like I said, I tried Terramana, which is the Rock's tequila.
Terramana.
So during this, what's up, buddy?
Nothing. I was just looking at something.
Oh, so during this time, there were actually a couple of people
Talk too much.
that, huh?
I said I talked too much.
Oh,
again.
you're out again.
Yeah. that's
So
all right.
there
I'll
were
fix
actually a couple people because I brought my Glencairns just in case.
Right.
There were a couple of people that inquired about them.
it. I love it. I
and-
brought my Glencairn.
I did.
I love it.
So there were people that inquired about them, and then we got to go into a little bit more of a sophisticated whiskey tasting with some. We're falling apart. With a couple of people,
You're falling apart.
not everybody, but there were a couple that kind of gathered around. We talked about it. I showed them the advantages of a Glencairn with
Right.
the longer nose.
Look at your educational ass. I love it.
I explained how I found flavors in Baker 7. I mean, it was a good time. So not only did we have a good time,
So
'cause
I'm-
I had a great time hearing this.
So I'm curious. Did you shout your boy out while you're doing all this educational stuff? Because let's be honest, when we started this journey over a year ago, you had no idea what a Glencairn was.
I didn't.
Yeah.
And yes, of course.
Fantastic.
See, but that's the thing. So, like, and everybody's different, you know, because I wasn't, you know, I did the whole DJ
I'm Mr. Worldwide.
tag along thing, and I did, you know, but like we said in a previous episode, I didn't do the whole clubbing thing.
Right.
You know,
Oh.
I didn't do it. My type of place was going to a coffee shop, you know, late evening and you could drink there, especially like when we used to go to the Log On Cafe in Beaumont. And
I can honestly say I've never been to Log Home.
oh, it's a fabulous place.
I've been to literally like ale houses in Colorado. I've been to Panama City Beach in Florida. I've been Graham Central Station in Longview, Texas, which is like you remember the episode where we were talking about Rocky Octanes, how it was 3 clubs in one? Yeah. Graham Central Station is like that.
Right. And here's the negative thing. I didn't get that party life to where, don't get me wrong, I went to parties, okay?
Right.
But I didn't do it as much as most people. But the positive side of this is going to those coffee shops and drinking a glass of wine or drinking a nice glass of whiskey and sitting there with a cigarette and, just talking to people. I got to meet people from all over the world.
This has got to be the most badass cigar band I've seen.
That to me was really cool because you get to experience other people's culture.
Right.
So that's kind of what you went through. You got to use your knowledge.
Right.
And I became so much more intelligent and became so much wiser just from doing that. So there are positives and negatives to every side of that.
Yes. Guess what I tried that night?
What?
Magic Toast.
Fantastic.
What'd you think?
Is it worth the hype?
So worth it.
Yeah.
Told you.
And
I still haven't tried one.
You're welcome.
It was a lot darker than I expected, just because of the way you talk about it. And I had actually never seen a Magic Toast because you smoked it before we were doing all of this. So it was a little darker than I expected. But I tell you what, that song bitch was good. Mm-hmm. I smoked the whole thing, and I wasn't expecting to.
It's not just a pretty face. I kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit.
So
it won't work. It ain't got no gas in it.
Not them there French fried taters with the mustard.
Tell you what.
Quit it. Here we go again. Don't quit.
And it's weird. And it's so weird. It's so weird because
I didn't mean to.
Okay. I grew up in Silsbee. All right, I'm not going to deny that.
He says that like it's a bad thing.
No.
Does he realize he's sitting across?
I grew up in Silsbee, okay?
He's literally sitting across from two guys who could not be more small-town USA than these two.
One 4-way stop.
But
y'all had a 4-way?
What I'm
I think
saying,
we had one of them.
What I'm saying is that we have a lot of people in our town that are very, culturally country. Mm-hmm. All right? I grew up around those people.
And there's nothing wrong with being culturally
country. There's nothing wrong with
not.
that. Okay, a good old school fire with the truck beds down and everybody drinking beer and listening to music is a fantastic night.
That's been some of our best nights sitting outside
it's been a
on the
great
back
night.
porch.
Amen to that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I've done it several times. I have learned that it's not necessarily my taste. I'm more of a city-fied
coffee shop.
Yeah. And that's okay because it takes, in the words of a song, it takes all kinds of kinds. I
got one of my best compliments from this guy from sitting around a fire drinking.
Yeah.
I got up and was walking around. He's like, how are you? I think if I took 2 steps, I'd fall right now. But yet you're walking a straight line. I was like, you got to understand, there's a lot of practice going on right here.
Yeah, but I mean, that comes with that wisdom and knowing where you're at and what you're doing. And so there's definitely some positives that come out of this.
That's part of it is, like, for example, if one of you two called me tomorrow and said, hey, it got cold out, we're going to have a fire, get around the fire pit and drink some beer and just have a good time.
I got some burn pile.
Yeah.
I got some burn pile.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
I'm there. It's cool. I'll help you go find the firewood to bring in.
My kids love fires and marshmallows and all that crazy shit.
But
they love me drinking around fires, obviously enough, which is kind of weird.
But and vice versa. If I wouldn't expect you to, but if I called you and said, "Hey, man, they're having this thing at this coffee shop. We're gonna play some cards and drink and stuff. Do you want to go?" And if you told me no, I'm not gonna be offended.
I feel like we could get down with that, though.
But there's a lot. Yeah, I mean, I feel like one of the biggest things, especially as I've gotten older, is being able to adapt.
Yes. Ryan said a cigar also helps balance out the alcohol effects, and that is true.
It does.
I agree with that.
And it gave me a minute to stop drinking because because it was the first time I had Magic Toast. And I wanted to take it in, enjoy it, find what you've been talking about. What are the good things about this? What do I not like about it? Because I'm still trying to find my place in the cigar realm, in a sense, I guess. So I wanted to take a minute and enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
Keep talking.
He's keeping talking. But yeah, I mean, and you learn stuff about yourself, that you like we talked about. We can't handle alcohol like we did in our prime.
And we can't, because that's and that's the crazy part about it, is that's what a lot of those guys were wanting to do, was throw some ice in a cup, pour some whiskey on it, and just shoot it. I don't care, but I'm getting drunk. Blah blah blah.
No,
and that's what I was explaining to everybody, is that that's not what the art. And I've made the comment a couple weeks ago whenever you were here, and you said we need to clip that. But that's not the art of making bourbon or whiskey or whatever you're enjoying. And I took that advice, and I'm not a huge tequila person, but I put it into that Terramana, and I thought, okay, let's stop and let's figure out what they're trying to do with it.
You know what he reminds me of? You ever watch the show, and I know this is stupid, but you ever watch the show Ratatouille?
Yes.
When the brother's trying to eat the garbage and stuff, and he has like the flavor profiles and all that stuff. That's what he reminds me of right now.
I'm going to give you some homework.
Okay. What is this?
That's Alec Bradley's Gatekeeper.
Okay.
I'm going to give you some homework.
Okay.
I've reviewed that on the show. If you go back and catch season 1, it's on season 1's review.
You act like I'm not going to do it.
If you like Magic Toast, I feel Gatekeeper will be right in your wheelhouse.
I will say, though, that what's the one I like? The smoke.
Oh, the Kentucky Fried Cured Mawat.
Yeah, that one is still probably my favorite. But the Magic Toast, I'll put it up there.
Magic Toast is legit.
Yeah,
like Alec Bradley knocked that one out of the park when he came on. And
they did it.
And the funny thing about it is, so I'll tell you this: if you get a chance to get another Magic Toast,
Magic Toast,
sorry, pair it some with coffee.
I'm gonna have to try it.
Tell me what you think,
because it does have that.
Because I've paired it both ways. I paired it with whiskey and I paired it with.
And that
coffee.
was one of, because with it being my first time, I wanted to experience it as a first time trier. That was one of the things, because a friend of mine that was also smoking a cigar, and I can't remember what he had picked out, but I handed him mine and said, "Here, this one is a lot darker. Try this one. You're gonna get a lot more dark cocoa, dark chocolate flavor in it versus what you're smoking, which is a lot lighter." And he did. He understood where he was at with it.
So
I was critiquing your cut.
I guess here's a question for
a little bit
for
y'all. I know.
A little bit.
If you could, I guess, go back and do one thing that you can't do anymore, like you're just physically unable or you're mentally unable, what would that thing be?
Keg stands.
Keg stands? Okay.
Keg stands give me indigestion now.
Yeah. I've never done a keg stand.
I mean, you asked. I answered.
So,
I mean, what more did you want?
A few years back, we have a trampoline.
Okay.
A few years back, this was my I'm fucking old moment.
Yeah.
I tried to do a flip, and I hurt for a week after doing that on the trampoline. And back in the day, that was nothing. You flip backwards, you flip forward, you do double twist, whatever, because you're on a trampoline. You can do it all. No. I did a flip and landed like here, and that I was done.
Yeah.
That didn't want to move. That was my I'm old moment. So I would love to just be because and this is take it how you will. But there's actually a photo of me in my senior year yearbook doing a toe touch, like a cheerleader.
Yeah.
And my legs are literally like this, like at an opposite angle of what they should be.
Right.
And if I were to try that now, I would probably tear everything from here down.
So I am super, and I'm going to say this.
But the good thing about it is she's massage it and make it better.
I'm super flexible for a big guy. Okay.
Thank you. See, me too.
And a lot of that came from being a musician, being on stage, doing a lot of stuff that
I like flexible big guys.
Anyways,
That's
so
gay comment of the night. I like
here's the issue.
Guys.
So not too long ago, I went over to I was doing DJing for a birthday party, and it happened to be a personal friend of ours. In fact, we all know her. And it was her kid's birthday party. All right. And so they were out there playing football, just tossing the ball around, running plays, stuff like that.
What's going on already.
So I was like, I had the the DJ thing. I had it on where the playlist was just going. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to play with them. And so I went out. Now, understand this.
broke.
I do not exercise anymore.
that.
Okay?
Go ahead.
In my mind, my exercise is me going to work and doing all of my heavy labor.
I'm going to exercise the demons.
So I go out there, and this guy named Jonathan, he's like, hey, we're going to show him how it's done.
Right.
From back in the day.
Yeah,
we're gonna,
we got this,
We're going to run
bro.
it. And if you're from Silsbee, you know what the Play 24 trap is. All right?
God.
I think everybody
he was
has
like,
ever played football.
He was
trap.
like, we're going to run 24 trap. And I was like, all right, I got this. So I'm the running back. He hands me the ball. I run about 5 steps and just collapse.
It. You're done.
Like
hamstring.
I don't know what happened. I just fall to the ground. Nobody even touched me, and I'm just like sitting there. And I'm like, he comes up to me, and he's a couple years younger than me. He's like, dude, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, just give me about 2 minutes. Like, I'll be good. Just let me get back up.
So we've both mentioned physical activities. You're a father. You're also a little bit older.
Yeah.
Is there a physical activity that you did at some point, whether with your kids or with buddies or whatever?
You say keg stands.
Well,
that's a physical activity.
But
so to get more sportsy with you, is that what you're looking for?
I mean, it
physical.
Doesn't have to be super sportsy.
So I played.
But you were like,
So I played slow pitch softball.
Okay.
Up until I was about 35. There's a reason why I say up until I was 35.
Okay.
I was at Beaumont, and I got a hit. Halfway down the line, I tore my plantar fasciitis tendon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like tore it?
Like tore it. Like it popped off, clipped the heel spur that I had in my heel and a whole 9 yards. Stayed in a walking boot for 8 weeks. That's when I knew real quick.
No warning. It didn't hurt previously.
I took off like a spotted ape running out of the box and realized real quick at 35 years old, you might want to go into a trot.
Yeah, you're not nimble.
And that's one of the things, like, because, in our area, one of the big things
I tore it in Beaumont. And the sad thing about it is I stopped and walked the rest of the way. And then literally did this and told somebody to come get me.
That's one of the things about our area is because, obviously in our area, a lot of the ways, so we do a lot of, donations to private organizations and fundraisers and stuff. And one of the biggest ways they do that is they have ragball tournaments.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I would die right now if I tried to play ragball.
Somebody's like, hey, man, you going to get a team together for the ragball tournament?
I want to so bad.
I'm like, I'll announce it.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting out there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to kill myself.
But I do. I want to so bad. Every time somebody brings it up, I want to do it.
You know what? I think I'm going to do something. I think the next time
call me.
Somebody
call me.
Yeah, I think next time somebody says, "Hey, come play this ragball tournament," I think I'm just going to do it.
I still got all my I still got bats, gloves, the whole 9 yards.
I don't know that I'd have to find it. I've got a catcher's mitt in my closet.
Put it this way, I have a glove that's referred to as BFG. And there's a reason why it's called BFG.
BFG.
You can catch a football in it.
Oh,
it's a big fucking glove.
That's what the BFG stands for.
Is it one of those comically big gloves?
I'll show you after. I'll show you after the show. It's huge. It's in the garage right now.
So, all right, here's what we're gonna do then. I challenge both of y'all. The next time there's a ragball tournament, we're signing up.
We're signing up.
Okay.
I'm in.
You get enough people, I'll sign up.
I'll play.
Just remind me to do my stretches.
Yeah, because we're all gonna have to stretch.
And keep in mind, I'm not running any. If it's a close thing, I'm not running.
Yeah, we're not running. Yeah.
Oh, I will. That's my downfall. I will.
I'm either going dinger.
I'm gonna hurt,
or I'm walking.
I'll go home hurting. Like that is my.
I remember those. Those were long nights because they normally start at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and they last till like 4 in the damn morning.
Yeah.
And the next day, they're ridiculously fun.
That's
like I met so many people that are actually like legit cool people.
And
through ragball and slow pitch softball. It was ridiculous.
I don't feel so bad bringing this up because we're talking about good as I once was. In high school, baseball season, we did our fundraiser for baseball was a 100 inning game.
Oh Jesus!
So we split it. We split our all 3 teams, freshman, JV, and varsity, up into multiple teams. So we would literally play 100 innings. Now, granted, Team A would play Team B, and then C and D, and then you'd play whatever. But you would literally play 100 innings.
Oh God!
And that was like the time of my life.
Thoughts?
I would play base.
I'd
if
die
I could,
after 50.
I'd literally play baseball sun up to sundown.
I have a thought. Okay, so
God.
Cork and Cutter Assets.
What did I do?
What did you do?
Cork and Cutter Assets, Satsuma Valley Productions. What if we collab and have a ragball tournament?
Oh, well,
Okay.
But we can talk about it.
you pick
Yeah.
a team. We pick a team.
I mean, we can get teams from all over. There are people who live to do this stuff.
Oh,
around
God,
here.
yes.
Like they already have their team set up.
Yes.
All you gotta do is send a text message.
Yeah, no shit.
Big group text.
But I do think maybe, and it's not very fair because you're part of both.
Yeah.
But maybe game one, Cork and Cutter Assets versus Satsuma Valley Productions.
And here's what we'll
We
do.
put together a team,
Let's do it
y'all put
in
together a team.
November, and all the money we raise go to November testicular.
Oh, No Shave November.
yeah, no shave
testicular
November.
Cancer.
Let's do it. Okay. What do you think?
We'll have a discussion.
Yeah, let's have a discussion.
All right,
I love it.
I'm in.
I got to start stretching now.
Right? We literally have to start stretching tomorrow.
Baby, I'm getting on the Bowflex.
It's a good thing I still got the treadmill.
There you go.
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
This is August?
Yeah.
Almost September?
Yeah.
Yep, we're all gonna die. But it'll be fun.
Yeah. It'll be a blast.
Jesus.
It'll be a blast. Let's figure something out.
I feel we
sure.
can figure something out.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna break the stick.
You're gonna
Y'all
break the
continue to
stick?
Stalk. Y'all stalk. Y'all continue to stalk.
Continue to stalk.
Who are we stalking? Is she hot?
Probably one of their season 1 top 5 lists.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Season 1 top 5s were. We need to bring back the top 5. I feel
We
like.
do.
We need to bring back. Bucky talked to me about. I'm gonna bring back the. So next week, I'm gonna go ahead and tease it next week. Next week, I'm bringing back the EDC corner.
Okay.
So we're gonna get
I
that.
think
back.
that thing's cool.
Oh, this is legit.
Can we move the bottles a little bit
Yeah,
to
we can
show
move the
that
bottle.
off?
Yeah, we can move the bottles.
Like, that thing is legit. In fact, I mentioned it when you were walking out with it. I was like, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is. That actually come from a garage sale in Dallas.
That's cool.
And it literally come back here. Of course, the kids got to playing with it. It had an actual handle on it. One of the kids popped the handle off accidentally. But, hey, they're kids. No big deal.
It is humid.
I know. I feel it.
I do want to do something in September if y'all will appease me. Because we only get to do it so often. I would like to do the craft beer challenge again.
Okay.
In September. And I'll go buy them, so we can make that happen.
I like it.
Yeah, just pick a date.
I still got ball aluminum cups.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're still
we got
covered
plenty
on-
of cups.
Yeah, we got cups. We got cups for days.
Because I was looking on HEB's website yesterday,
Oh, do
and
they
they
have
have
some good
so
ones?
many brand new ones.
Yeah, HEB's got a
I'm
lot
just
of
like-
brand new ones. It's ridiculous.
And I don't ever go that way anymore because I don't work in the distribution,
Right.
so I don't ever get to see them.
Yeah, and Dana pointed some out to me the last time we went to HEB. Sorry,
No, we were showing it off.
Oh.
You can do whatever with it.
it's getting kind of wet. I was just
It's-
worried about it.
It's fun.
I'll put it to you like this: there's so many new ones that
So-
I don't have to pick some that I've tried already.
Yeah, and anybody
there's a
that
lot of new ones.
and you know it because your brother actually turned me on to them.
Twisted Tea.
Twisted Tea, and anybody that follows me on TikTok
Keep it twisted.
at undrafted free agent, no E in agent, AGNT, knows that I've really gotten into the whole Twisted Tea thing. Love them. So I was looking for Twisted Tea.
I keep waiting for the bang teas to hit the warehouse.
Yeah,
When they hit the
I'm
warehouse,
excited about those because you
yeah.
told me about them. But I was looking for them, and she actually noticed the amount of single choice craft
There's a
beers.
lot, dude.
And
Craft
there's
beers.
a ton.
Yeah.
And she knows I'm more into let's face it, I'm more into the fruitier beers.
Right.
Like the pineapple and the Love Street.
Fruit
and
booty.
Fruity Booty. But so she actually pointed out some. So I'm down.
And maybe we can get Adam Morgan down here.
I'd love to. I talked
Yeah.
to Adam.
Oh,
Adam and
opinion
I.
beer.
Adam and I
Yes.
are in the same industry as
Yeah.
far as what we do from 9 to 5, and I would love to get Adam. So,
I'll talk to him.
Yeah,
We'll set it up.
yeah.
Okay.
Have a craft beer thing.
Yeah.
Because
I'm down.
he might. I know he's
Does
a
he
little
do a lot of the
crazy.
craft beer thing?
But he's
I don't-
very
I haven't actually
knowledgeable
seen
about
it.
it.
Yeah,
I've
he's very
heard.
knowledgeable.
I mean, you talk about
Yeah.
it all the time, but yeah, I mean, I've heard. I just didn't know what exactly he was doing.
Absolutely.
On his.
And that's kind of their thing is craft beers. Ask him how he tried his first Twisted Tea. He should be in jail.
Who's that?
You?
Me?
I guess that was your wife. So.
Oh. Yeah, I shotgunned it.
Oh, okay.
You shotgunned it?
And I spilled it all over the kitchen. And I said,
Fantastic.
I said, don't tell my wife, but it was on TikTok, so she saw it.
She saw it.
Went everywhere, literally everywhere. I messed up shotgunning. I didn't go all the way up.
Yeah.
I was not prepared. It went everywhere. It was a big mess.
Yeah.
But party foul, all that jazz.
Interesting.
I love it.
I was telling John there's a couple while you were breaking the stick.
Yeah,
I think we're going to bring back the top 5.
I think we should.
Next week, the
What?
EDC corner's coming back.
What?
What?
She said first she said lies, and then she said ask how he paid for them.
Paid for what?
The Twisted Teas.
Ask how he paid for
Well, I know the first time he tried a Twisted Tea was actually when we was building the studio.
Red.
Yeah,
Ask
it
how
was
he
red.
paid for them? Oh!
Do we have the call-in line? Can she call in? Do we have the call-in line open?
No, that was her fault.
Oh, shit.
No.
Explain. Yeah.
Please explain.
Come on.
Nope.
So the
Yes.
audience doesn't think you stole them.
Yes. Yes, we can't do the whole thieving.
I'm scrolling. So we got any have you seen any headlines here recently?
I saw that.
Last week was a super slow week.
I saw something I thought was odd, and maybe you know this because you watch more baseball than what I do these days. What?
Moving on.
Oh, God, he's covered
I'm
what?
moving on.
I'm not gonna talk about that comment.
Please talk about it.
He just says he didn't.
Yeah, I didn't.
Did you shop?
It was her fault. She did it. They were in the bottom of the cart. I didn't mean to.
What establishment was this at?
Oh boy.
Herbert E. Butts.
Oh, God. First of all, it's Howard, not Herbert.
Howard, Herbert,
Yeah.
Frank, Jimmy, John,
It's okay. We've all done it once in a while.
Sam Walton. Who cares? Moving on.
Moving on.
How many Twisted Teas has she drank tonight?
She hasn't, I hope.
I feel like she creates drinking games based off the show.
She does. She actually said, I'm going to make a drinking game out of y'all's show.
How many times Roy says mouthgasm?
She wouldn't tell us.
Or what
Well,
was
'cause
it?
She
didn't-
really wouldn't tell
She didn't
us.
want Roy to take advantage of the
What was
situation.
the potamus? The
Twatopotamus.
Twatopotamus, yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably every time Roy says some dumb word like twatopotamus or mouthgasm. Shit that he makes up.
Douche canoe.
Douche canoe. I mean, there's a million. We've got them all.
You
I
should
don't-
just make one shirt
That's-
with all
I
of
don't-
his words
right.
on it.
I don't know what the drinking game is, so that's what she said. Full disclosure, not gonna lie.
No free ads.
Twatopotamus, no free ads. Mouthgasm. We're gonna just do them all. real
Douche
quick.
canoe.
Okay.
We're gonna run through them.
I like it.
What headlines have you?
Yeah, I have it.
been kind of a slow
so
week.
you're kind of the sportsy
Again,
guy on this.
yeah,
I want
okay.
your
What
take
did
on
you
this.
get? I'm scrolling
So
through some of them.
Julio Rodriguez signed apparently some kind of like 14-year extension.
210 million. I think.
I've never heard of this dude.
What?
Like until
He
this
competed
year.
in the home run derby. Oh, you wouldn't have heard of him before this year.
Okay, that's what
He's
I
a
was getting
rookie.
at.
Okay, yeah. I was like,
gotta-
I've never
I
heard
can't.
of him either.
We're gonna finish it.
You're gonna
Yeah,
finish what?
I'm gonna continue to drink it.
Yeah,
I
okay.
started to open it.
I literally have been like, I don't even know who this cat
No,
is.
he's a rookie, but he's killing it. He killed it during the home run derby. Probably should have won, but I guess he like tired out. Got beat in the final round by
Well, you know what they say about stamina?
Juan Soto.
Stop.
Check out Roman. Get some Roman swipes from Walmart. We're not sponsored by Roman. If you need stamina, the swipes, they numb it a little bit and you can do your thing for a while. If y'all want to sponsor us, though, give us a shout out.
Is this coming from experience?
No.
or Is this coming from a commercial?
Commercial.
Okay.
But if Roman wants to sponsor us, John apparently has experience with it, and you can get them at Walmart. So, anyways,
Interesting.
stamina, yes, is very important in the home run derby. That was a really good segue.
And it comes in.
God
And
dang.
it comes in
We
discreet
should do this
packaging.
professionally.
We should.
Just so you know, it does not come in discreet packaging if you get it from Walmart.
No, it doesn't. But yes, so he killed it in the home run derby. He's been killing it all year. Dude's totally worth probably every dime.
Is he 21 years old?
At only 21 years old, he's the next coming of Juan Soto, who's still only 21 years old.
Second coming of Juan Soto.
He's still 21 years old. Did you see that they had. Did you mention it last week? I think it was this week. The children's mullet contest.
No, but I mentioned the mullets last week.
Yeah.
At the World
the
Series.
Little League
World Series had
so
like
they
it
actually
was like
had
a
a
mullet
contest.
fest.
They had a child's mullet contest.
You know,
Okay.
who I blame for this? Morgan Wallen.
Totally. Like why?
Because
Why?
we're living in the 80s again. I told you this. Conspiracy, bro.
Answer that question. You got a mullet chaser at your house.
I do.
You do. I seen that dude on the picture. I was like, what in the hell is that?
Every one of them has
What
had a
in the
mullet.
cornbread hell is going on with society?
What in the trailer park trash are you doing?
Just know, if he starts singing Shutting Detroit Down, I'm leaving. Like, I just...
I don't know. Why is this a thing?
Because we're in the 80s.
I know we were talking about headlines, but why?
Have you seen, like I said, have you seen some of the back to school pictures of these kids? And they're like, we are living in the 80s. You have
And the more
mullets,
the more I see
and
it,
Danish shirts.
I didn't wanna
and
believe it.
Bell
The-
bottoms.
the more I see it.
What the hell is a Danish shirt?
It's the shirts that have the little frillies on the, like right here on the arm
not a
line.
whole lot.
Oh, okay.
Like they're like the big puff up.
But you're
like
right.
like Jerry Seinfeld's Pirates.
me out.
And Journey.
You
like,
are in-
It's it's happening.
God.
So have you seen anything else? I'm trying. I don't know.
I'm fixing to pull up.
All I can say is Steve Perry.
John, have you seen? You've been out for 2 weeks. Have you seen any hot headlines or anything that's caught
No,
your
because
attention?
believe it or not, most of my time is not on
Oh.
Facebook.
So, everybody knows, and we've mentioned it a bajillion times. I'm a huge Pat McAfee fan.
Yeah.
So he had a little teaser on the show the other day.
I like Pat
I didn't
McAfee.
get to see his show last week or the other day.
Did I miss the fact that the Rangers signed Keuchel?
Oh God.
How did I miss that?
Is Brittany Griner still in Russian prison?
I'm sure she.
Oh yeah. Oh, now they're trying to
Fuck
get
you.
her.
I seen what's his name?
No, she's
No,
not getting
so
airtime on this show.
The
No,
latest thing.
drop it.
No. The latest thing is now they're equating it to The Longest Yard, the movie.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to get her to coach/play in a league that they have.
Did you see who's trying to get her out though?
Rodman.
Rodman.
Dennis
Dennis Rodman was going to talk to Russia.
I know he's the ambassador to Russia, but that's the worst person I would send to a.
I thought he was the ambassador to North Korea.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, North Korea. My bad.
Yeah, no, that's okay. But either way,
him
why
and
are
Kim
you sending Dennis
Jong-un are
Rodman?
big buddies.
Yeah, man. Let me put on a wedding dress.
Hold
Give
on,
a
let me
second.
put my wedding dress on
Yeah.
before we do this. But so Pat McAfee,
Yeah, Pat McAfee.
somewhat half-assed, maybe kind of, sorta, teased the fact that he might, maybe, be coming back to the Indianapolis Colts as the punter.
Really?
What?
Maybe as like a weekend gig because he's got nothing to do on Sundays.
I mean, that's.
He's been getting phone calls and text messages from current players and staff in regards to coming back.
Man, not only
Because
that, what is
Rodrigo Blank shit, now I can't think of his name.
Blankenship?
Maybe Blankenship. Anyways, their punter went down with an injury.
Right.
So
What is it with teams
been
and calling
getting-
ritired people? Because the Cowboys reached out
But
to
he's
the
only-
guy
he's-
for the
he's
Rams
my-
that
he's
just
my age.
retired.
He's my age.
Okay.
So granted, he's been retired for like 4 years.
Yeah.
But he's still my age, and he's a punter. And he did a live from their practice a couple days ago, and after that he punted some balls, and they were jugs balls. And he said after a few, I got it down.
So can we talk about for a minute? I did see this. Can we talk about how for a minute that you remember back in the day when they had the picture of in Stanford of the WWE Enterprises and it had the big DX logo on it? Yeah, that's actually happening now. Like Triple H is just hiring all his buddies and the
Well, you saw all the people he's brought back already.
Shawn Michaels is now vice president of talent relations. Road Dogg, what's his real name? Anyways,
shit.
yeah, that guy. Road Dogg Jesse James
The guy.
is now. What is he? He took Jeff Jarrett's spot.
Yeah.
As the the live events.
Yeah.
He's over live events. Next thing you know, Billy Gunn's going to be back. Somehow they're going to raise China from the dead. Like
What?
It's going to happen. Shit. He's just hiring all of DX to run this company.
Not just that.
And you know what?
What company?
I love it.
Have you seen the people he
WWE?
brought back?
Yes.
Have you seen the bring back so far?
Yes.
The
I
bring backs have
love
been
it.
interesting, bro.
That's what
What
I wanted
did
to
I
say.
miss?
Like he brought
Vince stepped down.
like
I knew that, so I brought that up.
Yeah.
But I wanted to wait till you were back.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the headlines I'd kind of brought up was,
Welcome back.
What are your thoughts on the whole Vince McMahon thing?
Should've
and
happened
him
a long
stepping
time ago.
down? And is he really hiding all of these payments to women?
yes.
Yes, and it should have happened a long time ago, probably about 10 to 15 years ago.
You think so?
Yep.
Yep.
'Cause I don't-
After Austin left,
because
that's when
I
it
don't-
should have happened.
I don't think I've ever heard any of y'all speak an ill word of Vince McMahon. Granted, we've never
No.
like really brought him up.
Brilliant man.
But
Brilliant man. Changed the face of the world wrestling forever.
I agree.
I mean,
I agree.
Brilliant man. His dad, just like him. His dad didn't have the tenacity that Vince Jr. had, but because he wanted everybody to, keep their little SWA and all that and all that kind of stuff. He wanted everybody to have their own piece of pie. Vince said, nah, I'm going to take it all.
Yeah.
And so he didn't have that tenacity, but he's a brilliant man. I hated to see him go, but he should have been gone a long time ago.
I'd agree with that.
Like, I think the best thing in the world is Triple H, Stephanie, Road Dogg, all these guys. I think all these guys running this company is probably what's best for business right now.
I just love the callbacks that are coming from it.
It's fantastic.
Because, like, prime example, Monday, you probably had the biggest one of all that showed up in quote unquote Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah.
Is now back.
Yeah.
You got Dexter Loomis going to jail for kidnapping people.
Yeah.
That's
I hear
a thing,
there's
apparently.
talks of
you'd have to watch.
I hear there's talk of Bray Wyatt coming back.
Yeah, Bray's in the process, supposedly.
The Fiend.
sorry.
You'd have.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll binge it with you.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I think it's best for business, and I love it, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Karrion Kross is back. Mm-hmm. That's another one. And by the way, can we talk about Karrion Kross's wife for a minute? That is a smoke show and a half. She is. Ooh.
Yeah.
So
I want to do bad things to
I just
her.
clicked Google headlines, which kind of curated for me, kind of just some random things.
Yeah.
One I just saw, and I haven't clicked it. I just saw it. Opinions. Texas judge rules law preventing adults under 21 from carrying handguns violates Second Amendment.
Read that one more time.
Texas judge rules law preventing adults under 21 from carrying handguns violates Second Amendment.
I mean, it does and it doesn't, okay? So you have to be 21 to purchase a handgun in the state of Texas.
You have to be 21 to smoke. You have to be 21 to drink.
Yeah. I mean,
That, like I said, I just read the headline. I haven't clicked it. We're in Texas, y'all. We're going to talk about guns some.
well, of course we're going to talk about guns.
If you,
I'm a quote-unquote gun-toting Nazi.
I mean, I'm not going to call you a Nazi.
Well, I mean,
that's
I've been
hard.
called worse.
That one's a hard.
It really is.
Yeah.
God, what?
What? No.
I thought you were fixing.
No. I agree. That's kind of a difficult one. Like, because they're changing, because cigarettes just got changed to 21 a couple years ago. Obviously, alcohol has been 21 for the longest time.
Yeah.
But there's also the argument of, well, I only got to be 18 to be in the military, and I'm gonna carry a gun in the military.
Yeah.
So what if I retire from the military at 20 years old? I've been carrying a gun for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Why am I not allowed to now until I'm 21 if I've got all the proper training? So I mean, I guess there's pros and cons, arguments to it.
Yeah,
I just wanted initial reactions. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I don't.
It doesn't get any better.
No, it really doesn't. That's why I hadn't. That's why I literally think when we do the last call here,
I'm gonna have to just down it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to literally go with the infinity bottle for the last call.
Oh man. Okay. Well, y'all gotta keep talking so I can finish this.
Okay.
Something. Find something.
I'm trying.
Do we don't have any kind of top 5, huh?
I mean, I feel we can pull one out of our ass.
Can we pull one out of our ass?
I feel we can. But first,
Hey, I don't think we ever really talked about it. Did anybody here play the $1.3 billion mega?
Oh, I did, and didn't match a single number.
I don't know what I matched because mine's still sitting on my Frigidator.
You remember when you said the Cocoa Puffs was up on top of the Frigidator? And now they ain't even up there.
They ain't even up there. Oh, man.
Sorry, I'm trying to break in
All right.
new shoes, and they suck.
So that was the only one that jumped out on Google. And nothing.
Nah, I got nothing. My phone said so.
Anybody? Bueller? You ain't seen nothing yet?
Not really. I mean, I've been.
Let's see what's twinding on Twitter.
Like I literally have been
Twinding on Twitter.
super damn busy. Like I didn't walk in the door today till after 5 o'clock.
SmackDown is trending. It's Friday night.
Well, yeah, it's Friday night.
Friday night.
Is there anything going on with that tonight? That we should
I think
know
they're
about?
gearing up for the first show in 30 years in a European stadium or something.
Yeah,
like
Clash
that.
in the Castle.
Yeah, Clash at the Castle.
Yeah,
What's
that's
that
going to
all
be pretty
about?
cool. It's going to be in Europe.
Yeah.
In I think Wales.
Cardiff.
Cardiff,
Cardiff, Wales.
Cardiff, Wales. But it's like the first wrestling event, big promotion in England in the 30 years.
Yeah, in Wales.
So
yeah.
it's a big thing. And of course, Drew McIntyre is leading the charge on that because he's from Scotland, and I think he's fighting Roman Reigns
Yes.
at Clash of the Castle. But it's cool because it's literally inside a castle.
Yeah.
Don't know if I need to bring that one.
So I think it's kind of cool, but it's very. I guess I don't know what the word for that would be, but I like it.
I feel it's different. It's very different.
Yeah.
Because normally they do packed out arenas,
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's very rare that you see open air
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
And I
So-
think a lot of this has to do with the fact that in the past couple months, TV ratings
Hey.
have been slacking, so they're trying to do something to build that up.
Right.
So
Can we acknowledge the fact that the Carolina Panthers are up 20-0
against who?
on the Buffalo Bills, who are the preemptive Super Bowl favorites? I know it's preseason.
I mean-
but do you know where Baker Mayfield is?
In Carolina. You know who
I
has to, you know who he has to
Baker
play
Mayfield.
twice in the same season?
Shut up! I don't want to hear it.
Who dat?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're going to be saying. Who that?
Yeah, you'll find out what the dome's all about when you get to it. That's literally
College football starts this weekend.
Yes.
Granted, it's week 0, so there's not a lot.
I'm not gonna
great
lie. I'm kind
games.
of holding out for September. Is it September 12th? That's the week that I'm holding out for right now. That's when Texas plays Alabama. And then 4 weeks later, Texas plays Oklahoma in the Cotton Bowl.
Alabama will be favored by 18.5.
Okay.
Okay. That's cool. I like it.
So there was some disturbing news in the headlines today. Matt Ariza, who was the punter for San Diego State University last year, got drafted in the sixth round by the Buffalo Bills this year.
Yeah.
Is being accused of a gang rape of a 17-year-old girl.
Oh, I did see that actually.
Oh, wow.
I did see that one.
So my first, and this is the question I wanted to propose, and I forgot about this one, but this is the question I wanted to propose to both of you tonight, because the article I read said something about it. So, in your opinion, and I don't want to bring the show down a whole lot because of this stupid article, whether it happened, and I hope if it did happen, I hope he is, punished to the extent of the law. If it didn't, whatever. But the article said that this is something that happens more often than not in college sports because of their self-entitled athletes. Do you believe that this happens more than it is actually reported, or is this something that is trying to play up to a headline?
100%. It happens more than it's reported.
I agree with John on that one.
Absolutely. And it shouldn't be, but that's
No, I agree.
that's the truth.
I just found it crazy that they were like, yeah, self-entitled athletes.
Well, I mean, you've had recruiting stories for years about, schools taking kids to certain gentlemen's establishments and all
Yeah.
kind of stuff like that and having parties with escorts and the whole. I mean,
Yeah.
Recruiting right now is the Wild West, especially when you throw the NIL.
Oh, you throw the
into
NIL
play.
in it now, and it's not because there's no governing body over this whole
No.
NIL thing. And now the College Football Playoff Committee group, whatever CFP, is talking about breaking away from the NCAA. So they're gonna, you're essentially making these people, these kids that are going to college for what should be an education, and you're turning them into professional athletes and handing them everything.
Right.
So it's just nuts. Like,
I mean, I'm going to tell you
on.
right now, and I've said it. I've said it on this show. I've said it on our sports show. I hate the NIL. I hate the whole idea of it.
Well,
Like, I wish it would have never came about.
and the screwed
I
up
do
part,
too, just because of the fact that now you take the quote unquote parity out of college football.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, Louisiana Tech is not going to compete
Well,
with
no.
an Oklahoma, a Texas,
Right.
USC.
a USC,
UCLA.
even a UH.
I mean,
Let's be honest.
there's a ton of schools.
So here's why to me, okay? Because at the end of the day, I liked watching college football because there was some stock into it.
Right.
They cared about their school.
I'm trying to
now
get to the
it's
NFL.
just like the
I want-
NFL. I'm coming to get paid.
and free agency
Like-
with the transfer portal.
That
they're
to me
basically calling it
that
the-
to me is
Yeah.
the biggest
I mean, look
mistake
at-
in NCAA sports is
Look
the
at
transfer portal.
Look at what has happened with like this whole quarterback thing. Caleb Williams went from Oklahoma to USC because he followed Lincoln Riley,
Right.
and they were able to offer him whatever another
Right.
school couldn't.
Yep.
So I mean, there's so much as far as it's like free agency, NIL, transfer
Yeah.
portal, there's just there's so many unknowns.
I don't like the fact, and here's my thing on this, and I'll kind of
But there,
Le-
real quick, sorry,
Okay.
I don't mean to interrupt.
No,
But
you're
there, prior to NIL, and I agree that there needs to be something, but prior to NIL, it was lunch bag specials. You know, they'd hand you a brown paper sack, and it wasn't your lunch; it was $100 bills.
right.
So yeah, is there a middle line between that to stop Alabama or whoever from handing you a stack of $100 bills versus Louisiana Tech who can't? And NIL, I think so.
No,
there
but
needs to
you're
be a
gonna, but
governing
the sad
body.
thing about it is you're going to see a lot of these quote unquote second tier programs. And the reason I say this because let's analyze it and break it down. Okay. University of Houston, right in our backyard. Who's their number one donor?
What's his face?
Tillman Fertitta.
Tillman
Yeah.
Fertitta.
You mean to tell me Tillman Fertitta isn't already thinking about, okay, I own all these restaurants, all these casinos,
right.
all this stuff. You mean to tell me I can't
Okay.
get top flight athletes here now with the NIL?
And hand them advertising.
Tillman Fertitta
deals?
is licking his chops. T. Boone Pickens in Oklahoma State licking his chops.
Yeah.
The guys in Austin
Okay, but why haven't they yet?
licking their chops.
They haven't.
I think it's kind of an ease-in process. They want to see
Yeah.
what everybody else does, and then they're going to be like, hey, that was cool, but watch this.
Yeah, they're going to see how much trouble they can get into before they.
Right,
get
because
into
I mean, you've already got coaches calling out other coaches, and I mean, you've got all this
it.
drama.
And let me say this: Nick Saban doesn't have room to call out anybody.
No.
Okay,
No,
you,
does
sir. I'm gonna tell you right now. And
There's a reason they've been number one for so long.
yeah. There's a yeah.
And when
you've
you-
won championships based on
when you-
because you've been doing this for 10
Right.
years prior to when it got.
When you
agreed
make
upon.
it to the national championship and lose, and you call it a rebuilding year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on,
bro,
Come on,
bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
Not to steal a segment from ESPN, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Craziness.
I mean, it's the Wild Wild West out there.
It really is the Wild Wild because now you got like air conditioning companies that are doing. I saw
The
one of
coldest.
Yes.
The
the
coldest.
Yes.
Dude's name is The Coldest, and he got a sponsorship deal with an AC company.
Yep.
If you want to stay cool, sign with The Coldest.
It makes sense. I'm just.
It does. It really does make sense.
No, it makes sense, but at the
All right,
same time, it's
we got to get into our last call. Give me. We're going.
that's good.
We're going. Oh shit! My bad, dog.
You're good. It's just a finger.
Just lick it off.
Oh, it's so good though.
It is.
That's really good.
All right. You got what you got?
Sure, I'm pulling it
No,
up
he
right
don't.
now.
We went a little over, y'all.
We did go.
We're
a little
it's
over.
Gentleman's Friday. We're talking about what we're talking about.
I needed this just because this week has been
No,
hell.
it's been that week. But I've had a good time tonight. We went from cigars, and whiskey, not so good whiskey, to whiskey we've made ourselves. Are you Frank the Tankin' over there?
That was my happy.
Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank.
You never seen my happy shake? No. That's my happy shake.
Oh, that looked like Frank the Tank.
That's
You
what I
remember?
was thinking.
Old school?
Yeah. It's been a good night. I'm happy. So I did my happy
We've had
shake.
movie quotes. We've had songs. We've gone from not as good as I once was to NIL. We've been all over the board.
All over the board.
Roy's pulling up his last call. We're going to hit the button now. If you're on YouTube, hold your ears because we're going for it. Hit the button. Last call forever.
Set a goal, make a plan, stay focused, work hard, succeed, stay humble.
God, that couldn't be more true tonight.
I know, right?
There you go.
I feel like I get these spot on pretty much.
It's still good.
It is very good.
It's still got a good mouthfeel.
It's got a little more burn to it now.
I think maybe we should have shook it a little bit.
I feel it's got a little more.
It does.
Little more linger, but it's still good.
Still good.
So you want to plug any of the stuff? We got merch out here.
Yes.
That's always a good
We're
thing.
still working on that one.
Merchandise.
We do have merchandise. Y'all check us out.
Yep, got
Streamlabs.com/BuckyPinder, BuckyPinder.
Can you put that down in the comments?
I can.
I feel like you can do that.
So far, we've got one shirt, one hat. We're still kind of working on the. We're going to go with a hashtag of Smoke Syndicate.
Very good.
And then we're working on a bourbon/whiskey one. We don't know yet, which will be a little bit of a split between Mr. Roy Gravis and myself, but obviously always working together.
Oh, for sure.
It was streamlabs.com/BuckyPinder.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Fantastic. It's in the
So-
link. Check it out in the comments.
Check us out. We are going to be putting more merchandise as we continue on with that. We will be changing that link at some point.
Yes.
We're slowly but surely working on figuring out what that's going to be. So I know that we've got that in the pipeline. We've got that live right now.
I feel we're going to have to get together Sunday. Kind of hire Ash.
Hire Ash? Hash?
Yeah, it's been a long day. It's been a very long day. I was at work for almost 13 hours.
Yeah.
It's craziness. But yeah, we've got some stuff in the works. I hear there's some stuff from Unique Boutique Tumblers that they're working on for us. Yeah.
Speaking of which.
See the tumbler. Yeah, I left mine at the house.
It's beautiful. She's got all my labels on there. She does a great
She does
job.
a very good job. Very good quality.
Other than that,
Pretty much indestructible.
Yeah. Dana ran mine through the washing machine, not the washing machine, the dishwasher. Still looks good,
There you go.
Yep.
but
Love
not
it.
recommended.
No, not recommended at all. Hand wash is always recommended. But
But other than that,
yeah, I mean, other than that, it's.
we're taking it one day at a time and we're figuring this thing out.
I think your labels.
Yeah, it's coming off.
Okay, I was fixing to say.
Look,
am I seeing shit?
I
or-
cricketed it,
I like it. I cricketed it.
and then I tried to stick it on the best I could. And
you got homework for next week?
I do. I've
You've
got homework.
He's got
I've got
homework.
an Alec Bradley gatekeeper that I'm
Gatekeeper.
going to smoke before next week, and I'll make some notes on that when I smoke it.
Nice.
We are the Functional Gentleman.
We are.
Are we going Friday or Thursday next week? Well, I know you said maybe a Friday.
I don't know. I have to. We'll have to figure something out on that.
We'll figure it out. We'll let you know on Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
John looks confused.
I know there's
thinking.
been questions by some of our friends about us possibly moving to Fridays.
I like a Gentleman's Friday, but I don't know if
Full-times?
it's always going to be full time.
Not Friday.
Okay.
That's the homecoming game.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have to go. Yeah,
we'll probably have to go Thursday this upcoming week. So y'all stay tuned for that. But always be on the lookout for Gentlemen's Fridays because
Yep.
we're going to do them as often as we can because it's always a good time.
I feel it is just because of the fact that nobody has to worry about work the next day.
Well, I got to work tomorrow, but it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good in the hood. So if you don't have anything else, as always, hashtag function your way, hashtag for the fans, hashtag the functional gentleman. We have been the functional gentleman. As always, have a good night. See you next week.
Hashtag third monkey.
Hit the song.
My tongue, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you.